Back to this party thing I'm talking about, because I'm talking about this particular transit that's coming up at the end of March and in April. There's a lot of things going on in April. This eclipse, everybody talking about the eclipse, whoop-de-whoop, whoop-de-wop, wop-de-wop, what it means, what you think it means, and I'm going to tell you what it don't mean. I'm going to tell you what this eclipse don't mean. You know, it's rumored around that the system will collapse during the eclipse, right? Thank you. I appreciate that, M. Royce. Let me tell you something, honey. You think they gonna give you a date and time when they collapse this thing? I mean, really, like, think about this. Even in your Bible, it tells you, I come as a thief in the night. No one knows the hour or time of the return, right? Not even God gonna tell you when God coming back. You think the devil gonna tell you when it's coming to rob you? You think the devil gonna really come and give you a date and time when it's coming to rob you? It's gonna be like, okay, on April 8th, 2024, at 6:30, I'm coming to rob you blind in your house. So don't be there. Okay, because I'm coming to just take everything you got. At April 8th, 2004, I'm coming to take you for everything you got. This is why we slow and we late to the party. This is why I can't understand. And this is being rumored. Like, this is being rumored. This is being flooded around. Who put that out there? And why is y'all believing in that shit? Hey, babies, how y'all doing? Who put that shit out there? Now, honestly, in Greek mythology, eclipses mean when it's a solar eclipse. Basically, a solar eclipse is when the moon is closest to the earth and it seems bigger, right? And in its motion when it crosses over to the sun, and it's conjunct its nodes as well, it blocks the light of the sun. So let's look at it in astrological terms. What is the sun? The sun is ruled by Leo. Leo can be indicated as the king. So when the moon eclipses or cuts off the light of the sun, which represents the king, it was known as an omen back in those days that the king was in danger. So they would bring up all these different kings, all these different people mimicking the king or looking like the king. So the real king wouldn't be taken out. Maybe one of them would be taken out instead. This is the game and shit that they played in Greek mythology, whatever. But the moral of the story is the focus is on something of authority, something of rulership, something of status that might be in danger. Now, there's a lot of astrologers that were predicting that Lizzie's son, you remember Lizzie? Who they snapped the wand, Lizzie? Her son, all of a sudden, he picked up the scepter, but he ain't looking too good. He one of the kings. Didn't one of the kings die? The Money King? Didn't he die not too long ago? One of them funny looking older ones that were them bankers. Didn't he die not too long ago? So let me tell you something. You're going to feel the energy of an eclipse maybe 30 days before the actual event. And then it will last from 6 to 12 months. You're going to see different series of events that take place every time the moon and the sun make an aspect to the point that they were conjunct during the eclipse. So for those who know astrology, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those who don't, basically it's all about mathematical points. It's about, okay, put it this way. If I planted a seed this day And even during the Farmer's Almanac, they give you time when to plant things and when to sow things and when to pull your crops and this and that, because they're going by the movement of the moon and different planetary energies, right? It's the same thing. So let's say, but during this eclipse also means reversals, right? Things that are shift. So you're going to have to look at the time of the eclipse, the planets that are involved that are aspecting the sun and the moon, and you're going to get a good idea of how it's going to play out within the next 3 to 6 to 12 months. Okay? That's my take on it, right? I'll be looking at someone of authority figure, presidents, kings, monarchs, all that kind of shit. I'll be looking at them and looking at maybe what their birthdays are and if it's in the degrees of these eclipses. They got birthdays that are squared or in opposition to this eclipse. Okay? April 8th, the day, it's like April 8th. I believe that's the day of April 8th, 2024 is when the devil's coming to rob everybody blind. It gave a date. It gave a time. It's telling you when it's going to show up and take all your money, according to the rumor mill. The rumor mill that's going on out there, you know. So those are the things that I wanted to tap on. Now, the other thing, see, this is what I'm talking about the switch and bait, the fake left, go right. All of this propaganda is probably perpetuated by the same powers that be. And I'm going to tell you why, right? They want you to focus on this over here while something over here is going on that they don't want you to tap into. And that is that Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that is happening around the same time. It's happening around the same time, like within weeks of each other, right? And so for me, a conjunction when a planet is, I say, within 5 degrees from each other, touching, becoming at the same degree. So it's approaching, it's applying. Jupiter is applying, it's getting closer to Uranus. Now, Uranus is one unpredictable, unreliable, unstable type of frequency. You can't predict it, you can't harness it, can't figure the shit out. So what you need to do is be prepared on however which way it goes. You got to hedge your bets. All right? But the thing that I find intriguing about this is the fact that there are other planetary energies that are in support of Uranus conjuncting Jupiter that deal with money, okay? So, transfer of wealth. Remember what everybody was talking about? Tell us about Brittany. Brittany who? I don't give a fuck about no Brittany. Who's Brittany? Anyway, see how y'all distract me with some bullshit? We ain't talking about Britney Spears? I don't give a good goddamn about no damn Britney Spears, y'all. Fuck a Britney Spears. I could care less about no disrespect to anybody. What she got to do with you building wealth for you and your family? What she got to do with how you pay your bills? What she got to do with you putting food on your table? What the hell does Brittany, Bobby, Whitney, and Mike got to do with you taking care of you for the next generation? See, y'all gonna bring MahMah Tea out, and I ain't even in MahMah Tea mode right now. You gonna make her come all the way out on your ass.